He can box out of either. We will see him switch during the course of the fight, I'm absolutely sure. You look at them physically, they're very different. Kongo, long and lean. Nothing on him at all. Richter has shredded away in yesterday. Marku, thicker around the shoulders, stockier. What they do both have, which is something that makes you very well suited to being a fighter, is ridiculously long arms.
Yeah, I think Florian looks a lot smaller, and he is a lot smaller in stature, but his arm reach is not that too much dissimilar.
Kongo set up very, very correctly. Good amateur, spent some time on that GB squad. Very well drilled, well honed. He's got that right glove clamped to the side of his face, looking to try and work that lead left hand. Giving a little bit of ground here though, Marku making some inroads and actually got into quite a good position there, but didn't manage to let his hands go.
I think that was really smart what he did when he was backed up a little bit on the ropes, and he was expecting, you know, I think that's why his hands are so tight. Marku can punch, and what he did is he just smothered them straight away so he couldn't get the big shots off.
Sticking with orthodox here, Marku, that right-handed stance. Kongo just backing up, good feet. Marku has been patient so far in this opening round, hasn't really let his hands go to any extent. Kongo looking for that right hand over the top.
CBC in him employed again. As soon as his back touches the rope, he just closes the space and holds on so that Marku can't let any shots off.
Good left hand into the body there from Marku.
Yeah, Kongo not really allowing Marku to get off with his shots. He's staying at a distance, or he's getting in close and smothering him, tying him up, but he's not going to be able to do that for the whole distance and win the fight. At some stage, he's going to have to be a bit more engaging.
Three more shots to Marku then, I think.
The support is fanatical, it really is. I'm not sure he actually enjoyed boxing in Albania all that much, because the demands on his time were unbelievable during fight week.
Brilliant round. He's scared to death, but don't get carried away. What? Nose at end, you're trying to get a bit too close. Don't try to get close. You had the distance earlier.
How was it?
You won the round, brilliant round. But
not bad, mate. Okay, we'll do what we're doing here. Yep, for sure. Right, can't stand. Left for the right, more fights, yeah? Try to wait, take a breath.
Grant Smith in the corner there for Marku, Barry Smith for Chris Kongo. Dalton Smith in that Marku corner, just gazing between the ropes. Fantastic win for him against Cepeda. Brilliant performance. It'll be interesting to see what is next on the horizon for him.
I think we heard Grant say that he would have given Marku that round, and I probably disagree if I'm honest. I thought Kongo controlled it really well, and like I said, his tactics were spot on. As soon as his back touches the rope, he holds on.
Yeah, looking for the right hand there as soon as Marku goes southpaw. Letting his jab go more at the start of the round as well, Kongo. Letting his hands go more here.
Southpaw is the preferred stance for Marku, that's what he is really, but he does switch a lot. I've seen him boxing both stances. What it can do is give you that squareness of stance at times, which can make it a little bit difficult for your opponent to work out exactly what it is that you're going to do. You can throw the backhand out of either stance, allow that back leg to come through and forward, which you're not really supposed to do, and all of a sudden you've switched stance and you're comfortable in either one.
I think
but
there's a bit of
Kongo's
bruising.
just sticking to what he knows here. There is, you're right, a bit of bruising underneath the left eye there of Marku.
Yeah, I think those were the right hands when he went southpaw. Marku, Kongo nailed him with some straight rights.
Good feint there from Kongo as Marku was just closing in. He threw the feint, it gave him something to think about. He hesitated, the Albanian, and then Kongo just stepped off to the left-hand side.
Got through with a good jab there, but I think Kongo's doing a really good job of just frustrating him a little bit, keeping him moving, because Marku has to like set himself. He wants to throw the big shots, the big power shots.
There's a blood from the right eye of Kongo.
I think there is, yeah. I think there's a little bit of damage underneath that right eye too, or on the corner of it, unless it's transference from Marku, but I think they've both got a slight wound, maybe from a head clash, who knows.
Yeah, I think Kongo's frustrating Marku. Marku's obviously initiating the attacks. He's trying to pressure Kongo, but Kongo is not really letting him get the fight at the range he wants to fight at. You know, he's smothering him up close, and he's staying at a distance, and he's moving, feinting, and nice jab there from Marku, but he's having to work hard just to land a few shots here. Good right hand though from Marku.
Looking to try and finish the round strong here, and back Kongo up. He tries to come back with the right hand, and that has got the crowd going. Kongo steady sings a bit with a jab to the chest, and then a solid right hand straight down the middle.
Yeah, just feinting the jab, then turned into a left hook, right hand combination. Good shots. Good right hand from Marku. Fight really starting to heat up here.
Absolutely, closing stages of round two. Right hand into the body. That was a good, again, solid punch that just rocked him back onto his heels. There's a slight bit of damage, discoloration under the eye there of Florian Marku. Meanwhile, over in the other corner, there was that little bit of damage to the corner of Kongo's right eye. The referee came over and indicated to him, I think, Tash, that was caused by a punch.
Yeah, I seen him telling the people at the board over on the other side.
It doesn't look particularly serious, so I don't see it having a huge bearing on things.
It's right at the outside corner, so even if it did start to bleed profusely, it'll be just on the outside and out of your vision.
Controlling the range is key here for Kongo. He wants to fight. He wants this fight quite a long range. Marku wants to sneak in, dip down low, and get it at medium range. If he gets too close, that's when Kongo can grab a hold of him, smother him, and then the ref will break them up. So it's just, the battle here is whether Kongo can keep him on the end of that jab, or whether Marku can sneak his way in and land that shots at mid-distance. But as he gets close, he's got to be careful not to get too close, because that's when Kongo can tie him up.
I think that's what Bron Smith in the previous round was telling him about. You had the range perfect, and you're getting too close to let him do that.
Howard Foster just speaking to Kongo about a little touch of holding, and that's what you were talking about, Matt, there, which is that when Marku gets tight, he does look to get a hold of him, just backs his feet up there and finds good distance for the 1-2.
But he can still smother him, he can still negate him by just stepping to him and staying close to him. He doesn't have to hold him. You know, the ref's going to get on his back and take points, so we can't afford for that to happen. But he can still step up right close to him and stay next to him, and therefore not allow Marku the room to get his shots off.
Again, just coming forward there, Marku trying to barrel Kongo back into the ropes. Kongo able to turn off the ropes comfortably enough. He's looking nice and sharp here, Kongo. Marku is the kind of fighter who will keep bringing the heat, confident that he can bring it to bear at some point. Left hands landed by both of them there in quick succession. And we did see Kongo in his fight against Eko Esserman start well, build up a lead at halfway, and then get overhauled in the second half of the fight. Some people I've spoken to wonder about his stamina over the 12 rounds. Kongo, basically because he's 6 feet tall, and making this weight for him must be hard work, although it's what he's always done.
I think that's always my worry for Kongo. You know, he's beaten Marku now by the speed and the agility in his feet, but as that slows down and as the fight goes on, Marku will have a little bit more success.
Yeah, he's boxing well, Kongo. He's rolling after the shots, landing the right hands, then rolling underneath, coming under the left hook. He's not standing in front of Marku, frustrating him, but can he sustain it? That's the key. Lovely uppercut there on the inside, and then getting out of range. See it again there, lovely shot, and then rolls out underneath.
He just waited for the flinch of Marku's hand to move enough out the way to be able to get it straight up the middle.
Well, there's Fabio Wardley, and there's your verdict at home. He's a heavy favourite there, Fabio Wardley, 51%, going for him by KO, 40% by points. So a 65-35 split in Wardley's favour. Get involved. There's the QR code. Cast your vote. Have your say. It's such an intriguing top of the bill, because basically whatever your argument is, whatever your viewpoint is, you can find information that will back up and fit that argument and make it very, very convincing. Right hand down into the body from Kongo a few seconds ago, and then as Marku looked to try and move in on him on the ropes, he took that step in and grabbed a hold of him. That was what you were talking about, Matt, in the previous round. But Marku does manage to make an impression on the ropes there. An untidy looking left hand, but it got through, and then the jab there too.
Marku's trying to slip and duck and come underneath, steal half a yard, and then spring up with the jab.
He's got to be careful as well, Marku, with that pull-up of the shorts. You know, he's still well within range for Kongo to be able to hit him when he does it.
It's actually pretty surprising how often fighters do that. He's pulled those shorts up pretty high as well at the front. Up over the top of the protector. The referee might get them taken down a touch at some point. Kongo with a right hand into the body. Marku missing with the right and the left, and Kongo working well off the ropes there.
Great uppercut again.
Good boxing. Landed the uppercut, then just turned away, pivoted around that front foot.
I can hear Grant Smith from here saying hit him to the body and warning the ref about the holding.
He's pretty vocal in the corner, Grant Smith. You can hear him above almost any crowd come fight night. Again, that's good from Kongo. Kind of a reverse 1-2, led off with the right hand, then the left uppercut, but Marku trying to come back into it himself here. As I said previously, he will keep the faith, he will keep coming forward, he will back his chin and his ability to wear his opponent down.
Marku's got to be careful with the back of the head shots. I think he's already been warned. Same as Kongo with the holding, but...
Good body shot went in there from Marku.
Just pushing off with the forearm there, Marku. He's had a little bit of a rub on his face with the heel of his glove at one point as well, and he'll look to try and do that when he gets up close as much as he can without incurring too much of the referee's wrath.
Great 1-2 at the end of the round there.
He's got that technique, hasn't he, Kongo? We got a great look at that, and his feet are underneath him, the balance, the leverages are all there. He's a technically very proficient fighter. I think the key is what you mentioned earlier on. How long can he do this for? Can he do it for the 10 rounds or not?
I think if you're Marku, you're probably banking on him not. And he's doing the right thing by, if you know someone's going to fade in the early stages, he's putting the pressure on. He might not be being successful, he might not be winning all around, but he knows he has to keep the pressure on to make him wear and become tired.
Okay, cool. If he keeps doing it, a charge key. That's good, right? Good. Right. Yeah? Get your feet, yeah?
And you can see there's not really anything to that cut on the corner of the eye. They're attending to it, but it's a scratch really more than anything else, which is good, because although winning by technical knockout by cutting an opponent is a perfectly legitimate way to win, it's not really ever one we want to see. Good jab there, counter jab almost from Kongo. Marku looking for a big overhand right, but was short with it.
Yeah, sharp left-hand work from Kongo, not just the jabs, but the jab to the body, the feint, the jab, lead left hook. He's got to do that. He's got to keep mixing it up. He can't afford to become predictable, because Marku's trying to read the jab, slip inside it, and then come back with his own jab. So he's got to keep varying the left-hand work. Kongo can't afford to become predictable.
Landed the lead left hand there, Marku, and didn't really move in behind it. He's got his left arm trapped there by Kongo. Referee Howard Foster is alive to these tricks. I think they feel like they're getting away with them at times, but they're not, are they? You've seen them all.
Not at all, yeah.
See Marku leaning to the left and jumping with the jab. I think Kongo should feint the jab, throw this lead right, a short right hand left hook, try and walk him onto it.
I don't think Kongo wants to get into a tussling match with Marku. He is physically very strong, and also that zaps your energy as well.
It's one of those fights where when you look at the two of them physically next to each other with the referee at the start, you feel like you know what each one of them needs to do. The tall, lean, angular Kongo needs to keep it on the outside, and he does have the technique to do it, whereas Marku has got to find a way past that jab, and it's turning out to be exactly that.
Yeah, Marku's keeping him under pressure though, making him move urgently, not at his own pace, trying to force the pace, make him work harder than he wants to. And then trying a good body shot there though from Kongo.
And we don't know how the judges are scoring this, but come the end of this round we'll be 5 deep. And I don't think Marku will have much on the board. Good left hand there though from him.
I mean, I've got Kongo ahead by a few rounds, but we said it before, he has been 6 rounds ahead before and ended up losing the fight, so...
Reset, Florian.
I think we've got a good second half to come here. Right hand there from Kongo as Marku just tried to barrel in. He is bringing the heat, he's putting him under pressure. He's definitely taken plenty out of Kongo's tank in this first half.
Second out, round 6.
So into the second half of the fight, Florian Marku in the red and black with the Albanian eagle on the side of the shorts, Chris Kongo in the black and white. And there's the viewers' verdict, 3-2 to Kongo. You've got it at home. I wouldn't necessarily argue with that. Some of these rounds have been pretty close. I would say that Kongo is ahead at halfway. How far he's ahead could be absolutely crucial as we wait to see what unfolds in round 6 through to 10. Kongo starting well in this one.
You know, Marku's taking the fight too, Kongo, so Kongo's really got to mix things up. Lots of feints, jab, head, body. Maybe feint the jab, walking onto the right hand, left hook. He can't afford it. He's got to get his respect. He's got to make Marku think twice about coming, so that when he does feint, he buys the feints. And he's got to do that by hitting him with something hard, getting his respect.
Marku landed a good backhand just a little bit before.
He really took his feet with him. He had to travel quite a long way to get there, but was kind of scurrying in almost. We just gave him that platform to punch from, and he's just trying to pin Kongo back into the corners here.
He's doing really well. You know, when his back's on the ropes, he's just spinning him off. You know, before he was holding a little bit and then trying to walk him back, but now he's that was a good backhand.
Sharp right hand there from Kongo, nice and accurate as well, and then he found that space, that open canvas up to his left-hand side.
That's good from Kongo, you know, jabbing the head, jabbing the body, using the feints. Like I say, burying it.
He's definitely sitting down on his backhand a lot more than he was earlier.
And that jab to the stomach or to the chest for Kongo works well, because it's a big target, that's also of Marku's, and it's the area of him that will move least. And it just causes him to take that step up and start again. Marku in this kind of position, that's really where he needs to make it count, but Kongo answered him back and steps up to the left-hand side. Good round there, and the fighter heading back to the blue corner.
He landed a cheeky little a hook to the body inside of Marku's shot.
Nobody's going to do you no favours here. You understand? You're winning. Yes, you're winning. But the only person...
Final stages of preparations for Fraser Clark. As we've been saying this week, this is the first really big fight of his career. It's the first fight he's had so far where he's got that sense of jeopardy, that knot of fear in his stomach that it could all go completely wrong. And he's under serious pressure here tonight, Tachi. You know him well, and when you turn pro quite late, and I understand why he stayed in for that extra Olympic cycle, for his Olympic cycle, you don't really have time for many setbacks. That's the position he's in.
Yeah, definitely, especially not in the division that he's in as well. It's an exciting division, especially domestically, and there's lots of fights out there for him, but he's got to have that step up to progress.
Into the 7th. Good jab there from Kongo. Feinted the first jab almost, then followed through with the second one. He shakes his head there, Marku. But Kongo has started this round very nice and busy as he finished that previous one. Some good body work on the inside there from Kongo. You wouldn't think that was necessarily his range.
He waits, you can see him just wait. There has a little pause for Marku's opening of the arms, and he just gets him twice underneath. You see it again there.
Nice left hand to the body there from Kongo. Marku's got a bit of a problem here because the momentum is going against him in the second half of this fight so far in round 6 and 7. And by our reckoning, that is not what he would have needed to happen. Kongo's got some, as I said about a previous fight, Matt, some wind in his sails here, and boxing this is really not good for Marku.
Yeah, boxing really well here, boxing with confidence, mixing it up, rolling out, letting his shots go, landing them, and then rolling out underneath, not standing there too long, waiting for Marku to come back at him. And this round in particular, Marku really hasn't had any success at all, and Kongo boxing with real confidence.
I think the viewers at home give him the first 2 rounds, so maybe it's not that desperate time yet if the judges have scored it the same.
It's just the direction it's heading, and he needs something, doesn't he? And if he can't get it in the final minute of this round, it needs to come in that 8th round, because the momentum is with Kongo, and we're not too far away from the finish tape, and Marku has got to try and do something to turn that around. But as you say, there is still time remaining yet.
He picked Marku off with a great backhand as he came in.
Good work, lovely. Just threaded that uppercut through the middle, snapped the head back, and then rolled underneath. Boxing really well here, Kongo.
That was fantastic from Kongo.
A good great backhand there, but it was good hook to the body as well, just on the outside.
And then caught Marku with another right hand as he was coming forward. He's not really having too much joy at the minute, the Albanian. Kongo, meanwhile, is growing in confidence.
Yeah, just rolling out underneath. He's been doing that so well all night. Beautiful uppercut, and again, rolls out underneath the left hook, then spins off the rope. Really slippery, hard to pin down, Kongo. Beautiful, lovely.
What's good about when he turns here, he keeps his arm, his jabbing arm, just at arm's length in case there's something else coming back.
Yeah, then drills into the right hand, and again, rolls underneath the shot.
You're winning the fight, yeah?
10 seconds.
Fabio Wardley with Ben Davison in the background there. His long-time trainer Robert Hodgins holding those pads. It's been an incredible ride for him, it really has. It's bewildering, really, when you think about it, that he had 4 white-collar fights, 17 professional fights in a row. He's won 16 by knockout, the British and Commonwealth champion. I took quite a long time to be convinced by him, but he just kept winning, and he's got some heavy hands on him.
I genuinely think it's between him and Callum Simpson who are the most improved boxers that I've seen.
Into round 8. Grant Smith was reading the riot act at Marku as he sat on his stool in between rounds. I think they know that this is almost the point of no return for him now. He's got to get something done in this round. He needs to win this round quite badly from where I'm sitting. So the referee's having a word with Barry Smith, Kongo's trainer.
Coming off, okay? Or even disqualified. Now this has got to stop. Do you understand? Stay there.
Yeah, any more warnings and it could be disqualified, so it's got to stop.
He's having a good chat with both of them.
Do you understand? Yeah.
I think Kongo's maybe, I didn't quite catch that, but I think Kongo's maybe about the holding.
Yeah. It's what he's been speaking to them about previously in the fight. Howard Foster's the one in there. It doesn't look from where we're sitting like it's been a fight particularly littered by fouls. It certainly hasn't been spoiled by it in any way.
This is the best Chris Kongo has ever boxed. You know, his jab's good, he's mixing it up with straight right hands. Every time he lands a shot, he's rolling out underneath, not standing there waiting for the shots coming back at him. You know, he's really frustrating Marku.
he's fighting and triggering and making him throw and making him think something's coming, getting a reaction, and he's responding.
These last few rounds, he started well, he's looked good from the beginning, but 6, 7 and now 8, he's clicked through the gears really, he's grown in confidence and he's almost doing what he wants in there.
We talk about ring generalship, you know, he's never allowed Marku to pin him anywhere in the ring where he didn't want to be. When he was backed up on the ropes, even early on, straight in, smothered him, spun him, got back into the centre of the ring.
Grant Smith is very animated in the corner there. And there's his brother Obed putting the gum shield in, you knew very well.
Marku's really going to take the fight to Kongo now, slipping away from him.
Absolutely, he's just got to throw caution to the wind now. And that was a punch around the back of the head there from Marku. A punch around the back of the head, and Howard Foster has spoken to him on numerous occasions, and he takes the point. And he can't really have any complaints there, Florian Marku, because they've both been warned, they were both told.
I think that's a sign of frustration as well from Marku, that he just can't do anything about it.
That's exactly what it is. He's just, you know, he can't pin him down, he can't get to him.
And Kongo just letting his hands go. The odd shake of the head every now and again from Marku, but that's all he's really able to offer at the moment.
Great body shots that went in there. I do think that a great
left hook though.
Caught Kongo high on the head, but he seems steady enough as Marku tries to close in.
There was a good left hook there from Marku though, and he tried to follow it up. I don't know, did the second shot land? Couldn't see it.
The hook landed high on the head of Kongo, which can sometimes, of course, be a huge, huge problem. It can really scramble the senses, but in this instance, it hasn't. But it was some welcome success there for Marku, but this has been another very good round for Kongo, who has got the finish line in his sights now.
Yeah, big round for Kongo. Yeah, banging on the back of the head. The referee had warned him.
It's good officiating from Howard Foster because he couldn't have been any clearer. Everything is at the discretion of the referee. There's no rule that states if you warn somebody twice for something, then the third time you have to take a point. The referee decides what happens, but you just want to know where you stand as a fighter. And Marku was left in no doubt there. Same with Kongo, that if you infringe in the way that you have been so far again, then a point will go, and that's exactly what happens.
If you're Marku, you probably... Well, I know I would be a little bit worried now, because these are the rounds that you expect Kongo to slow down, and he still looks, you know, like he's got his senses, he still looks sharp.
Marku's just got to throw caution to the wind here now and go for it.
He hasn't faded at all, Kongo. If anything, he's got stronger as the fight has gone on.
Marku definitely needs both these rounds and knockdowns.
If you're Kongo, you're going to grow in confidence. These, like I said, these are the rounds that everyone thinks you're going to fade.
And the more reckless Marku gets going for it, the more openings he's going to leave for Kongo, who's razor sharp, to counter him.
He just has to keep pressing the action here, Marku, and stick to that belief that he will get to him. That's all he can do here, really. It's just maintain that resolution that it will begin to work. Left hand there, didn't land particularly clean.
Head movement's been good from Kongo, really good. Anytime they get close, he's there, he's dipping to the side, rolling underneath, rolling back out. He hasn't become he's never allowed himself to become a stationary target. If he's backed up onto the ropes, he steps to Marku, ties him up, spins him, gets back into the centre of the ring. Really good ring generalship from Kongo tonight.
And keeps landing just a clean, sweet backhand all the way through.
He's been so accurate with that. Measured it really well. Hasn't sent it all that far. Short right hand, but he's found the target again and again.
It's okay being the bigger puncher in Marku, and you can see that Kongo is wary of the shot, but you've got to land them.
Into the final minutes of round 9.
Right hand.
Solid right hand again there. Really sat down on that one.
He enjoyed that. You can see the smile on his face as well. He's just grinning at Marku. You can see that Marku will get frustrated with that.
Yeah, and he nailed him, he walked him onto it, and again, good variety from Kongo. He's very good with the left hand, the jabs, the lead left hooks, and then to switch it and lead him on with, bring him onto the lead right hand. That's another thing now Marku's got to think about.
It's just dipping down every time Marku gets a little bit closer, then, you know, Marku's having to go over him, and then
So one more round to go here. Chris Kongo with a healthy lead. And when you watch these two in terms of boxing technique, there is quite a big gap between the pair of them.
Yeah, there's that right hand, beautiful shot. And he's been, predominantly he's been the left hand that's been working so well.
He's teed that right hand up really well, hasn't he? Because that replay showed it there. He just kind of touches with that lead hand. He's just measuring it, isn't he, for the right. And they arrive in such rapid succession. They don't travel very far, and he just can't get out of the way of it.
yeah, he's mixing it up as well. He's fighting with it. He's jabbing. He's coming around the side. He's going around the guard. So he's doing really well to create this space to get the shot through the middle.
Second out, 10th and final round.
Not long now until those heavyweights will stride to the ring. Final round. And Marku has just got to go hell for leather here. He needs a knockout. And I agree, Matt, that this is the best performance we've seen from Chris Kongo. Eats the right hand there. It's not over quite yet, but he has been excellent.
And let's be honest, he had to be. He's had to be disciplined, he's had to be focused, he's had to stick with the tactics. It's tactics that he applied for the first few rounds of Holden. It might not be great to watch, but it's strategic-wise, it's brilliant.
Yeah, that tactics spot on, and he's just been razor sharp as well.
He's always been a fighter who's never strayed very far away from the gym, and you can see that because he hasn't boxed since January last year. But there's no hint of any ring rust, as people sometimes describe it. And there's that left uppercut. A reverse 1-2 again there, led off with the right hand, dipped to his left-hand side, threw the left hand in from the angle.
Look at that, it's just brilliant, and then he goes underneath. Marku has to come over the top.
A longer right hand that time. Marku still trying to just roll forward.
Kongo's dictate the terms tonight. He's controlled the pace, controlled the range.
Brilliant uppercut that went up the middle, just as Marku was trying to set himself to throw a big shot. You can see that, Kongo is wary of them big shots, and Marku knows he's got it. You can see him looking for it.
But there's the fitness and conditioning, because the big left hand came in from Marku. He dipped the knees and rolled away to his right hand side. The upper body movement has been really, really good, that lateral movement. And you've got to be very fit to be able to maintain it to that level all the way through to the end.
I mean, we've seen it from Vidal earlier, but this has got a lot more action and been a lot more shots thrown in between.
Yeah, much higher intensity in this fight.
was the word I was looking for.
So final few seconds of what has been a good watch. Marku is stuck to his task. He's just never really had too much joy. There's not been an awful lot that's happened in there to encourage him, particularly in the second half of the fight. But he did land a right hand there. There goes the bell. Both corners claim victory. But Chris Kongo, from where we are sitting, has done enough by a comfortable margin to take this one on the cards. Close enough maybe up until halfway, but the second half of the fight was all Kongo.
Yeah, I think so. I think Kongo, clear winner there at the end. In a very competitive fight and a hard-fought fight, but for me, only one winner.
As is the custom, the two trainers going over to the opposite corners to shake hands. He looks a little deflated there, Florian Marku. He brought maximum effort, as he always does, but he came up against somebody tonight in Kongo. It was just sharp, right on point, right from the beginning.
Yeah, I think you just, you know, you see him there, he's just coming inside shots, outside shots, keeping it long. When he had to trade, he did. And I think that's a brilliant performance.
Tasha picked up on it in the first round. When he got up, back up to a bang, he got him right in close next to Marku, spun him round and got back into the centre ring. He never allowed Marku to really line him up or press corner him and get his shots up. He was really slippery tonight, Kongo.
I think not his last fight, the fight before, he had a really good performance, Kongo, and it didn't make the TV, and it was unfortunate because he boxed very similar, where he was slick, he was sharp, he was fast, and he showed his intelligence.
And it's a huge win for him because he so badly needed it. He got a big win against Luther Clay, and then against Michael McKinston and Echo Esserman. There's two big fights since then. He's come up short, and we'll have to wait for the scorecards to be announced. I'm jumping the gun slightly here, but I just don't see any possible way that you could score that any other way than convincingly in favour of Chris Kongo. And he's been around boxing a long time, and he is confident that he has got this. He'd been out of the ring for a long time. He'd been trying to get something going for himself for a long time. He would have been obsessing about this map to the point where it's almost not healthy. And then on the night, he's produced.
Yeah, he was sharp from the start. And I think he's a good winner here.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Michael Alexander sees it 96-94, while Judge Mark Bates sees it 96-93, and Judge Steve Gray sees it 98-92. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, and now the IBO Intercontinental Welterweight Champion, Chris Too Slick Kongo!
And you can see what that win means to him. Those are a very solid set of cards. He deserved that win, 100%. And we'll be hearing from him in a couple of minutes.